Hello everyone. Today we are working on another day of our farmhouse build series, and I am just going to kind of tell you and show you how we built this floor behind me. I actually filmed some footage of us doing it, but some of it did not come out right. Just won't play, like got corrupted. So today I'm just going to kind of show you that. So for one, we started with this temporary column. It will get replaced with a steel column and a stirrup, but what a lot of framers do is they'll put temps up, and then just to make sure they get the exact on steel, they get that measurement. So I'm just got a temp up right now, which is holding this massive beam, which is 4 LVLs that also have these Simpson screws every foot on each side, 3. So that's basically every 6 inches, 6-inch screws holding it together, which I think's it's a pretty stout beam. Let's just say that. And then all these eye joists, we use these BCIs, as they're called. Got a 16-inch on center pattern, which mainly means if you measure side to side or center to center, they're 16-inch on center, and that works out for your sheeting and strength. So pull the pattern on this beam, pull the pattern on the back wall, and then these come, the lumber company cuts these joists to the foot, or sometimes they give you extra depending on what they have, and then you cut down to the inch. So I figured out what each one of these were and made them all the same, until right behind me there's a jog for the stairs right here behind me. So this is where the stairwell is going to come up. So there's a beam that runs tied in this big beam, and it ties on top of this other beam back here, which we have midway. And the reason that one's there just to support this one going this way, where it does the jog. And then I had to figure out what these were and cut these to length. So we got that up, we got those up, and these joists start sitting flush with this beam, so they require these hangers, which I can show you. They just are designed for this specific joist. Each joist have different kinds, but they just have like some flanges on top and require like 8 nails, 6 nails. So that's kind of what we did, and then we put the subfloor on, and we also did some roll blocking up in here, just on the midway point, because there's so bears on the end wall back here, and then this beam in front of me, and then there's this other beam halfway with a couple columns there and here, which down below this floor has some steel I-beams. So the point loads from floor to ceiling, top and bottom. So that's where we're at right now, and got it all complete, and I'll show you how to. Okay, so we are cutting these joists to length. My saw just barely reaches through because the joists are like 2¼ inch wide, but it does cut through, and I got a nice clean square cut. And then we just, so I cut them all to length, measure them all, and then we carry them up to where we are going to set them. It's nice to have some help carrying these, because even though they're very strong, they are also very floppy the other direction. So it's nice to have a few guys if you got big ones. If they're small, they're not that bad. They're really not that heavy because it's plywood in the middle, which is nice for HVAC and mechanical guys, because they can actually knock a lot of that out to run all their HVAC and electric, and plumbers can run their plumbing through. They just work out really nice, and you can get them cut to the whole length of the house. So we brought them all up, kind of stacked them, and then would get up a few, then would actually go install them, have a guy on each end, because I had a snap line on the wall end, snapped back to 1 1/8 inches, because that's the width of the rim joist, and I wanted to keep it straight, so 2 guys would go nail it. We got all the joists on. They're all running the same direction as the bottom floor too, because of supporting areas. We got them all on, got the hangers on, and we're on mounting to these LVLs, which is an engineered laminated 2x material.
We started out with one, so as we were getting the joists on, so we could nail through them. But then we came back and added the second, third, and fourth one, and then put some Simpson screws through, as well as nails. But then we had to run a double here because there's going to be a jog for the stairs to support this beam right here, so that beam could carry the rest of those joists. We are putting some roll blocking using the same floor joist material just to keep them from rolling or twisting. Just keep it kind of straight. And then we start our subfloor, which is a 3/4 inch tongue and groove OSB material. We run them perpendicular to the joists. That way to kind of tie them all together, give them strength. We stagger 4-foot and 8-foot sheets. That way all the joints aren't on one or two joists. And then we glue it with the subfloor glue and nail it with some ring shank nails so they never pull out and no squeaks. And we put 6 inches on the edge and 12 inches on the field, what's required, but we actually did 6 inches because that's the way I want to do it, just to overkill it. And then we completed this all in the evening, and it's just about wrapped up, and I think it's looking pretty good, and it's about ready for walls.
So that's how we built our floor on this farmhouse build series. It's starting to come together. In the future, I'll be showing house plans so you guys can kind of see the vision, and it's getting really exciting. If you guys want to follow along or have any comments, leave them in below, things I can improve on, things you want to see, questions to ask. If you want to follow, just hit that like and subscribe button, and if you want to get notifications, hit that little bell button. And this is Building with Josh.